GM just dropped a bombshell, and if you own a truck or plan to buy one, you need to hear this right now. The 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 is shaping up to be one of the biggest comebacks in American truck history, and it all starts with a brand new V8 that nobody saw coming. For years, loyal GM truck fans have been asking the same question out loud. Why won't General Motors fix the V8? Lifter failures, cylinder deactivation nightmares, clunky transmissions. The frustration was real. The damage to GM's reputation was serious, and thousands of longtime Chevy loyalists walked straight into Ford and Ram dealerships and never looked back. But that story is about to change. GM has heard the complaints, and they are responding with nearly $1 billion and a completely reimagined small-block V8 engine lineup built from the ground up. To understand just how significant the 2026 Silverado really is, you have to look back at what went wrong over the last decade. GM's trucks always looked strong on paper. The towing numbers were competitive, the styling was bold, and the trim options were plentiful. But underneath the hood, serious problems were brewing. The most damaging issue was lifter collapse. The lifters, which control how the engine's valves open and close, were prone to sudden and catastrophic failure. When a lifter collapsed, it wasn't a minor inconvenience. It could mean misfires, warning lights blazing across the dashboard, or in the worst cases, a full engine replacement. For a truck built to haul heavy loads and tow with confidence, that kind of failure was simply unacceptable. Then came the cylinder deactivation systems. GM introduced active fuel management and later dynamic fuel management to improve gas mileage by shutting down cylinders during light driving. On paper, it sounded clever. In reality, it added layers of mechanical complexity, increased wear on the very lifters that were already failing, created inconsistent throttle feel, and frustrated owners so badly that many paid for aftermarket tuners just to permanently disable the system. As one Silverado owner summed it up perfectly, if he wanted a truck running on 4 cylinders, he would not have bought a V8. The transmission issues made things worse. Even when the engines managed to hold together, GM's 8 and 10-speed automatics felt unrefined. They hunted for gears constantly, delivered jerky shifts in city traffic, and left drivers feeling like they were fighting the truck instead of driving it. The combination of engine unreliability and transmission frustration turned what should have been a dominant truck into a reputation problem that took years to fully develop and will take real effort to undo. That is exactly why GM's announcement of an $888 million investment into its Tonawanda Engine Plant in Buffalo, New York, is such a massive deal. This facility will produce the next generation of small-block V8 engines for the Silverado and other full-size GM models. Nearly $17 million in state tax credits are supporting the project. Over 870 jobs are secured, including 177 that were previously at risk. And the plant is undergoing a full modernization, not just a surface-level upgrade. This is not a patch job. This is a declaration that GM is all in on the V8 at a time, when other manufacturers are running away from it. Consider what Toyota did with the Tundra. They replaced their beloved 5.7-liter V8 with a twin-turbo V6 hybrid setup, and the results have been rough. More than 100,000 vehicles recalled for turbo and oil-related problems, owners complaining of turbo lag and electronic gremlins, and resale values slipping. Truck buyers made it clear they still want something proven and dependable. GM is listening. So what exactly is changing for 2026? The engineering overhaul starts with a completely redesigned valve train, stronger, better lubricated lifters engineered specifically to handle the stress of towing and long-distance hauling. GM may eliminate the cylinder deactivation system entirely on certain trims, giving traditionalists exactly what they have been demanding: a pure, naturally aspirated V8 with no gimmicks. If any cylinder management system does appear on select models, it will be far simpler and far more reliable than what came before. Beyond the engine itself, GM is working on improved combustion chamber designs and advanced thermal management strategies that deliver better fuel efficiency without robbing the engine of its torque or its character. And the transmission pairing is getting a serious overhaul too, with new software calibration aimed at producing smoother, quicker, and more decisive gear changes at every speed. The 2026 Silverado is also expected to arrive with a bolder exterior redesign, a more refined interior loaded with modern technology, and a re-engineered chassis tuned specifically for a smoother, more planted ride. Everything surrounding the new V8 is being upgraded to match the level of confidence GM wants buyers to feel when they sit behind the wheel. The timing of all this matters enormously. The current Silverado launched in 2019 and is aging against a freshly updated Ford F-150 and Ram's next-generation platform. The window to win back defected customers is open right now, but it will not stay open forever. The longer GM waits to deliver a truly trustworthy truck, the harder it becomes to pull those buyers back. And with electric truck infrastructure still years away from being ready for mainstream adoption, a bulletproof V8 is exactly the product that can carry GM through this critical transitional period in the industry. At the heart of everything, the 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 is about one thing above all else. It is about rebuilding trust. GM trucks have carried a reputation for looking powerful on the outside while hiding expensive problems underneath. With nearly $1 billion committed, a ground-up engine redesign underway, and a modernized American factory producing the results, GM is telling every truck buyer in this country that they have learned from their mistakes and they are ready to earn back the loyalty they lost. Truck buyers are not complicated. They want power that responds immediately, durability that lasts for years without drama, towing confidence they can count on, and simplicity that does not require a software update to fix. If the 2026 Silverado delivers on all four of those promises, it will not just compete with the F-150 and the Ram 1500, it will challenge both of them for the top spot. To every Silverado fan who sat in a dealer service bay waiting for a lifter fix that never should have been necessary, this truck was built with you in mind. GM's redemption moment is here. And if they get it right, the Silverado will not simply be back. It will be better than it has ever been. The investment GM is making goes far beyond updating a few engine components. It signals a philosophical shift inside one of America's largest automakers, a conscious decision to double down on what their core truck buyers have always wanted rather than chasing trends that do not fit the market. While competitors scramble toward electrification and complicated turbo setups, GM is planting a flag in the ground and saying clearly that the naturally aspirated V8 still has a future, a long and powerful one. That kind of commitment is exactly what American truck culture has been waiting for. The Tonawanda plant is not just a factory, it is a symbol of American manufacturing pride, a facility that has built engines for generations of Chevy trucks and is now being retooled to build the most important engine GM has produced in years. The workers there, many of whom drive these very trucks to work every day, understand what is at stake. They are not just assembling parts, they are rebuilding a legacy. And that legacy is about to hit the road in 2026.